Hey, what's up, people? It's your boy CeeJ, and we're going to be doing our first official review, impressions, whatever you want to call it, of the Xbox Series X. So we had it for a week. So happy 1 week anniversary to Microsoft with the Xbox Series X and S console. But I only have the X. But we're going to be talking about games, performance, SSD, quick resume, the controller, everything that's related to this console and how great of a console it is, and the things I did like, the things I didn't like, all of that. We're going to be discussing it right here, right now. Let's do it. So when it comes to the Xbox Series X, if you are a tech enthusiast, right? If you believe you need the best technology out there, when it comes to gaming consoles, the technology is there. If you had the Xbox One X and you want to see that performance upgrade, you want to be able to play games at 4K 60 or some games at 4K 120 or 1440p 120, the Xbox Series X is the console for you. If you are someone who, just jumping into the Xbox ecosystem, you could go with this. But if you just want to play games, you don't care about graphical fidelity, then there is the Series S for you. But right now, the Xbox Series X is probably the way to go for most people. It's $499. You get the controller, you get the HDMI 2.1 cable, like you're getting a performance upgrade. If you had, some people still have Xbox 360s, so they may go with the S. The thing about it, with Microsoft, you don't have to buy this console. They're not saying buy this console. They still have the Xbox One S that's out there. They have the Series S that's out there. They have Game Pass that you can play on your Android phone. Hopefully it comes to the iPhone. But you have different avenues to be able to get into the Microsoft ecosystem rather. But you have different avenues and you don't have to buy the Xbox Series X. And I think that's what Microsoft's whole idea behind the console is. You buy it, cool. You get Game Pass, even better. So the whole idea of the ecosystem is more so, which avenue do you want to take? The performance upgrade is amazing. Like I said, if you're coming from the Xbox One X to this, the performance upgrade is just amazing. If you're coming from an Xbox One, the original Xbox One, yeah, it is simply amazing. The sheer size, they did very good engineering with this console too. So you would expect it to be bigger. So I have it right here. It's big. It's a big beefy girl, but you expect it to be bigger for what you're getting out there. You're getting 4K 60 on some games. You're getting ray tracing on a $500 console. You really can't beat that, And if you go with the S, you're getting ray tracing. You're getting some games at 1440p on the $299 console. And Microsoft did an amazing job with this console. So let's talk about the controller. The controller is simply amazing. One thing about the controller that I do love is the texture grips on the triggers. When I play Call of Duty, when I'm playing like any game that requires me to use these a lot, I love it. Halo. Improvements on the bumpers. The grips, texture grips on the back, which is really dope. And another thing is the D-pad. Oh, wrong finger, wrong hand. Ha ha ha. The D-pad is a lot better. So it's reminiscent of the Elite controller. So the Elite controller, you got different D-pads on it. This D-pad it feels really good. They made it a lot better, especially for fighting game enthusiasts. If you want to play fighting games, you want to do your quarter circle forwards, it's a lot better now. So yeah, that's the controller. Also, share button. One thing about the share button, I found myself with this controller sharing a lot more. So with the original Xbox One controller, you have to go to the guide, and then you have to press X or Y for a screenshot. And it's so tedious. Because when you're in the middle of a game, you can just press the button and keep going. With the other controller, you got to tap, go into the menu, and it's too much. So I'm glad Microsoft added a share button. Now I will say that, and this is not to compare it to Sony, but I kind of wish they evolved the controller a little bit more, make gaming more immersive. So with the PS5 controller, you have more immersion. You have the haptic feedback. And it's probably why Microsoft didn't go that route with this controller, because nobody took advantage of the impulse triggers from last generation. So current generation, they kept the impulse triggers, but it's will developers take advantage of it? You see developers taking advantage of the PS5 controller right now. So are they going to take advantage of the impulse triggers? And maybe we'll see a new iteration of the Elite controller. That would be awesome if we see an iteration of the Elite controller that has the haptic feedback and all that. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, Xbox Series X controller, pretty darn amazing. I think this is probably their best controller ever. It's a little bit smaller, but this is definitely their best controller. So one of my favorite features of this console is Quick Resume. Quick Resume is just amazing. I talk about Quick Resume a lot. I did a separate video just to show you guys Quick Resume. Quick Resume is amazing. Quick, it's fast. So being able to, and it's just supposed to be just about the SSD by itself, but that's part of the SSD. But Quick Resume needs its own moment, right? To be able to play a game, play another game, switch back to that game that you were playing and be back in the same spot without having to go through the title screens, see who developed the game. You're just back there. There are some things that I would like to see Microsoft flesh out with Quick Resume, which are, let me know if a game is going to be removed out of Quick Resume if I start another game. And let me know which games are compatible with the Quick Resume feature, because a lot of games are not compatible, and it bothers me when I'm playing a game and I'm thinking, oh, well, it's offline. Well, it's just a single player game, Watch Dogs, and I should be able to just play another game and come back to this and it's Quick Resume. Nope. I lost some progress in Watch Dogs Legion. And yeah. So Quick Resume needs to have where it says this game supports quick resume, or this game is about to leave Quick Resume because you're starting another game. Do you want to do that? Yes or no? Or you can move another game out. Like, just have ways we can have more control of Quick Resume. But it's an amazing feature. Some games that you would think will work are not. I'm pretty sure they are updating it. So yeah, that's my favorite thing. So I definitely love where this generation, I won't even call it next generation. We're in it, where this generation is going, where gaming is fast and it's more convenient now. So we're just ready to game and we're in there. Performance, man. When I tell you that I just enjoyed this console. Every game that I played was 1,000 times better than what I played on the Xbox One. And granted, I have an Xbox Series X, but just the games, the feel of it, the latency, because of the latency, the dynamic latency input, if I'm not mistaken, is what Microsoft called it, in the controller, makes gaming a lot better. Everything is a lot smoother. Certain games that drop frames on the Xbox One X, this Xbox Series X makes those games run so smooth. And if your TV supports VRR, or variable refresh rate, you're going to be getting amazing performance, like amazing. So I think what Microsoft did with this console, just the features, just being able to enhance what we had and being able to play the games, being able to make one ecosystem. I did a lot of dramatics there. One ecosystem. But just the sheer performance, the whole ecosystem just makes sense now. Like, you don't have to upgrade, but the performance is there if you want to. The console is there if you want to. Do you need this console? I would suggest it. Do you have to get it now? I will wait till more games come out if you don't necessarily need it, because you could play the same games on your Xbox One. And that's the whole idea. I don't think Microsoft is expecting everybody to buy this or jump from Xbox One to this, but they want to see more people jump into Game Pass, which makes sense. Games as a service, it's going to make sense. Games like Sea of Thieves, State of Decay, you have Game Pass. but you're also getting that DLC. It's kind of balancing out, even with Destiny 2 being in Game Pass. I never played Destiny 2 as much as I played it now. Because I played it for a little while, but now it's a Game Pass. Like, okay, let me play it some more. And I'm getting into it a little bit more. The DLC is included with Game Pass. So that's the whole idea of Microsoft. Because I think once they had to delay Halo, it was like, wow, Game Pass. It makes sense. So right now, it's all about Game Pass. You don't have to get this Xbox console unless you want to see that performance upgrade. But if you don't care about that performance upgrade, then like I said, the Series S is there for you. But if you want that performance, the Series X is there. And you will enjoy it. It's a big upgrade. Huge upgrade. I promise you. But yeah, I love this console. I'm glad it's here. I'm glad we got past the Xbox One phase, because the Xbox One PS4 phase, they were good for a little while, but then you got tired of it. And now we have better performing consoles that's going to play all of our games that we purchased on Xbox One, Xbox 360, and the original Xbox. You can't beat that. So now the idea is like Microsoft has 23 studios, right? How are these games going to line up? Because one thing Sony has had for years over Xbox, especially the PS4 lineup, is the exclusive titles. How do they get people to, invest into their market, into their ecosystem? So with the 23 studios, it's like, are you going to deliver? You have to deliver if you want to justify people investing into the Xbox ecosystem. It's just that simple. If they don't deliver, then what? This console is just a big GPU upgrade with nothing else. So they have to deliver if they want people to invest in their ecosystem or want to buy this console. That's what people are looking for now. And granted, Microsoft ecosystem in terms of games, the genre is pretty vast, but the quality isn't on par with what Sony's been delivering. It's a cinematic experience over there. And we want that from Microsoft. So it's more like, you have the console, you have the perfect console. Now give us the games. And that's it. That's the review. Give us the games. You have the perfect console. Give us the games, deliver on the games, deliver what people need. That's it. Because the ray tracing is beautiful. The SSD, quick resume, is amazing. But just deliver the games. And I'm still trying to get my hands on the PS5. Actually, I'm recording this video while the PlayStation 5 is actually on sale again at Walmart. I missed it. And I'm sad. Yeah.